This video is going to be on simplifying expressions with the distributive property, so you're going to be combining like terms and using the distributive property together in one problem. So your objective is 4.3. I can simplify expressions with the distributive property. And we're going to fill in the 4 steps first. The first step is to always change the sign in the one behind whenever we see subtraction. Remember, that's only for subtraction. Number 2 is to distribute. Step 3 is to combine like terms. And step 4 is to simplify. And we're only going to do 3 problems together. Make sure when you copy down the examples, though, we copy down the problem and all of our steps in the work, so that when we're using our notes later, we have all of the steps right there in front of us. So the first example is going to be u minus 6u minus 4u plus u squared. So the first step, step 1, is to always change the sign in the one behind, so I'm going to do that first. And then step 2 is to distribute. And so I look for parentheses when I'm trying to see if I can distribute. And I notice I have parentheses right here. And there's just a negative in front of the parentheses, which means I'm really distributing a -1. So I'm going to circle the -1 and I'm going to distribute it to the 4u and the u squared. So every time I do a step, I'm going to rewrite the whole problem. I'm going to write out u plus -6u plus -1 times 4u plus -1 times 4u squared. And now, oops, this shouldn't have a 4. It should just be u squared. And so now I'm going to simplify the multiplication. So I have u plus -6u. This first part hasn't changed yet. And then -1 times 4u is -4u. -1 times u squared is -u squared. Okay, then I have to combine like terms. So I can't combine this u squared with anything because it has a different exponent than the other terms, but I can combine this u, this -6u, and the -4u. This is really a 1u, so 1u plus -6u is -5u, plus -4u is -9u. So now I have a -9u, and I had a -u squared that couldn't be combined with anything, so when I put this together into one expression, I would have -u squared, because that couldn't be combined with anything, plus -9u. And then step 4 is to simplify the signs if we need to. So instead of writing plus a negative, I should really write just a subtraction symbol. So this is really -u squared minus 9u. That would be the most simplified way we could write this expression. Move this up. For example 2, we're going to do 8 times x plus 7 plus x times 7 plus 2x. And first would be to change the sign in the one behind, but I can't do that because I don't have any subtraction. So I can just go on to the distributive property. And when I distribute, I'm going to distribute this 8 to the x and the 7. I'm going to distribute this x to the 7 and the 2x. So I have 8 times x plus 8 times 7 plus x times 7 plus x times 2x. Then I need to simplify my multiplication. 8 times x is 8x, 8 times 7 is 56, 8 times 7 is 7x, x times 2x is 2x squared, because x times x is x squared. Then I'm on step 3, combine like terms. The only like terms I have are the 8x and the 7x. 8x plus 7x is 15x. The 56 can't be combined with anything because it's a constant term, and the 2x squared can't be combined with anything because it has a different exponent than the other terms with an x in it. So when I put this together into one expression, it would be 2x squared plus 15x plus 56. And there's no signs I can simplify there, so this is my final answer for example 2. Okay, for our last example, I'm going to do number 3, 9 times x plus 7 plus negative, oops, let's have it be minus, it should be minus 7x plus 2. Okay, so first thing we do, step 1 is always change the sign in the one behind, so I'm going to change this to adding a negative. And then I need to distribute. I can distribute this 9 to these two terms. And I'm really distributing right here a negative 1 to these two terms. So I have 9 times x plus 9 times 7 plus negative 1 times 7x plus negative 1 times 2. Then I need to simplify my multiplication. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 7 is 63. Negative 1 times 7x is negative 7x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Then I need to combine like terms. So I can combine these two together, the 9x and the negative 7x, because they both have an x to the first power. 9x plus negative 7x is 2x. And then I can combine the constant terms, so I can add the 63 and the negative 2. 63 plus negative 2 is 61. So now for my last step, I need to combine the 2x and the 61, so my final answer is 2x plus 61, and that can't be simplified anymore, so that is my final answer for example 3.